So I have been playing around with my glowy skin tricks, and of course, skincare is super important in getting a glow for your skin, but makeup can also achieve that glow if, you know, you want to fake it until you make it, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna show you guys quickly how to get a super glowy complexion, and I'm not gonna do the full face, like my eyes and lips and all that. I'm just gonna show you how to do a very simple base. So I'm gonna start out with this primer. This is from VDL. This is called their Lumi Layer Primer. And this is more of a white cast sort of primer. So if you're a darker skin tone than me, you probably, like, this is verging on a little light even for me. So you might wanna go with something a little darker, but something that's luminous, dewy, but not glittery. Okay, so my skin looks good. As you can see, there's like a little bit of a sheen there. Then I'm taking the Laura Geller Spackle Blur. You can see that. This is a stick formula. And I'm taking this, and I just have a little bit of a pore issue just here. So I'm just pressing this into my pores. Because basically what this look will do is make your skin look really glowy. But if you get even a little bit of the highlighter on a wrong section where you have a lot of pores, you'll really see that texture. So I'm just trying to undo some of that texture a little bit. And this one's good because it's still hydrating, so it's not gonna super dry you out. Here we go, let's dive in. We're going right into highlighter first, which is interesting because you'd think, oh, I wanna put a foundation or a concealer on first, but in fact, we are going the opposite. So I am going to actually start out, I have these two Flesh Beauty liquid highlighters, one in Candle Glow, one in Aura. Now I'm using these as a mix because the Candle Glow is a little dark for me, and the Aura is a little bit too silver for me. This is my favorite type of brush to do this with. It's like a dual fiber brush. It's thicker at the bottom, and then you have kind of this lighter layer at the top. So it makes the application super light. And I'm just gonna kind of pat on some product first onto my face. Now that looks scary, right? Do not be alarmed. And now I'm just gonna buff it into the sections of my face where I really want glow, which is tops of the cheekbones, nose, and chin. Chin, not as much. I'm gonna cover this up a tiny bit because I don't want to highlight my blemishes there. So as you can see, the glow is already coming. And because my skin is prepped with a nice hydrating moisturizer, today I used Weleda Skin Food, but you can use another hydrating moisturizer and skincare routine beforehand. My skin is taking the highlighter nicely. It's not dragging. And you need very little of this because it is a nice liquid. Some other options for liquid highlighters if you're looking. This Josie Maran Illuminator is great. I really like these strobing sticks from Maybelline. The Master Strobing Stick, these are great. I also like these little guys from Cover FX. They're the Custom Enhancer Drops. These are great. They're a little bit more glittery than the Flesh ones. The Flesh add just like a really nice glow, but all of those options will work as long as you can blend it in with a brush and it looks shimmery, not glittery. Now I'm skipping the areas here that have a ton of texture. That's where I have most of my open pores. So I'm skipping that part. I'm gonna take this little blending brush and I'm also gonna go here on my brow bone, through my eyebrow. Obviously you're gonna do your brows, so you're gonna not have it be actually on the brow, but right on the brow bone and drag it down through the temple. It's amazing that these highlighters actually have a lot more coverage than you think. So now I am taking Glossier Stretch Concealer. I have two colors that I like to mix, and I am putting them on this tiny little brush. Here I'm mixing the two. I'm always mixing products. Don't be afraid to, if you don't find your exact shade or if your skin is always changing, don't be afraid to mix shades. All right, so I'm going in with that stretch concealer only on the places where I think I need it. So I don't put concealer or foundation all over my face on days where I'm doing this look, because you kind of want that highlighter to be sitting on the top. And the stretch concealer blends really nicely with usually like luminous liquid products. I do like to take away a little bit of the shine on the outside here, but just, it's still luminous. And here, maybe a little on my chin, I have some breakouts. And then I'm gonna go in with a heavier concealer on my actual breakouts and under my eye. I like to do a little here just because I didn't put any highlighter here. So I'm just blending up into the highlighter. I'm gonna go in with a heavier concealer, which is my Tarte Shape Tape. And I'm just gonna do very little under the eye. I get red right there. And just on a few of my blemishes, like the tiniest bit of concealer. And I'm just gonna tap those little bits of concealer in. I'm gonna do that with my finger. Tap, tap. Under the eye. Okay, now that I did my under eye with a little Shape Tape, I'm gonna use this RMS powder, do the tiniest bit of powder just underneath my eyes, just to set the concealer. And then I'm gonna go in here just a tiny bit. I just want to mattify the parts that I don't want a ton of glow, which is like on my jaw, but not all the way up into the highlight. You want to leave that part open and into my pore area. Just taking a little bit of that shine out. But you still see that really amazing glow all over the face. All right, next up, I'm gonna just contour my face quickly. So I'm using this Bodyography contour kit. This has been much well loved in my home. I mixed 2 shades. Gonna lay just the color down first, and then I'm gonna blend. You need so very little of this. It's so potent. This is a great contour kit. It has a lot of different colors. So if you're kind of between colors, this one is great. So as you can see, my skin still looks really glowy even after applying the contour. Next, extra glow. Glow on top of glow, this is what we're doing. I'm going to do, let's try this one. This is the NARS Orgasm Highlighter, Illuminating Loose Powder. It's really, really pretty. And I'm gonna do just a tiny little bit on this highlighting brush. And I'm gonna go in and just add a tiny bit more highlighter just on the really high points. I like to do here, 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 and then a tiny bit on my nose. Nose is actually sometimes easier with a finger. Cupid's bow. And then I like to take just a tiny bit on my finger and go right in your inner corner. Especially on a natural makeup day. This is super pretty. And then just to kind of bring the look together, I'm gonna do a quick blush. So on days where I am doing a super glowy face, I like to do a cream blush. So this one's from Bodyography in the color Cantaloupe. So I'm actually applying my cream blush still with a brush. You can go in and just apply that color right on the cheek. And then to bring the whole look together and to kind of meld everything, I just kind of like to touch my face a little bit, press everything in, and then spray with MAC Fix Plus. And that is the super glowy skin look. I hope you go forth with glowy skin. If you have any questions on this tutorial, you can go down in the description box and leave me a comment or a question and I'll get back to you. Don't forget to follow along on Instagram at Chinae Alexander, and don't forget to subscribe, most importantly. All right, bye guys.